Shalom, everybody. Welcome back to Breslov.org. Insights in the Parsha of the week, Parashat Ki Tavo, which is really a nice preparation for Rosh Hashanah. Reb Noson, in his letters, he would write to his son or anyone else when he would come to this Parsha, Ki Tavo le'uman, when you come to Uman, because this is the time people would normally start really getting ready for their trip to the pilgrimage to be by Rabbi Nachman's grave in Uman. In any event, insights in the Parsha of the week, Ki Tavo, which is a very big and serious parsha because it has the main curses, the klalot. But besides that, the beginning of the parsha speaks about something which is very uplifting. The beginning of the parsha talks about the commandment, Ki tavo el haaretz, when you Jewish people enter the land, then you have the mitzvah, the obligation of bringing the first fruit, the Bikurim, the first fruit of 7 species that you make a sign which is the first fruit of these 7 species that you're growing. If you have fig trees, grapes, pomegranates, olives, dates, wheat, and barley, right? Oats, seorah. I think I went through all 7 species there, right? I hope I didn't skip anything. There's the 7 species there. And if you are growing, you have a field and you have these produce, then you're obligated to the first grouping of these fruits to make a sign on them until they totally ripen, and then harvest them and bring them as a special offering, a special gift to the holy temple, the Beit HaMikdash, for the Kohanim to eat in the Beit HaMikdash. You bring the Bikurim to the Kohanim. Okay? So there's 7 species that a Jew has to bring to the holy temple, and when he brings them to the temple, he, number one, gives thanks to Hashem of the unbelievable miracles that he did for us all the way from the time of Lavan the Arami, who wanted to seek to destroy Yaakov. We say this in the proclamation when the Jew arrives in the temple. He has to make the statement that Arami Oved Avi, there was an Aramean, Lavan, who sought to destroy my forefather Yaakov, and in the end he became so fruitful, led to the whole Jewish population who came to Egypt, and eventually with the Exodus they left Egypt, and eventually through Moshe and Joshua came to enter Eretz Yisrael. I am now bringing these fruit of the 7 fruits, the Bikurim, to give thanks to Hashem, and also a request, Hashem, Hashkifa mimi'on kochecha, Hashem, please take a look, take pity on us, and have compassion on us to help us further. So Reb Noson explains something amazing, that the mitzvah of Bikurim, this mitzvah Bikurim, actually activates the holiness of the Holy Land. This mitzvah, this obligation to bring of the 7 fruit, Reb Noson explains that in these 7 types of fruit, right, the dates, the olives, the grapes, the pomegranates, right, the 7, the wheat, in these 7 produce are what's called in the Kabbalistic terminology Gvain Ilain, supernal lights. In other words, spiritual lights of the Holy Land are found in these 7 species, which is why the Holy Land is blessed in relationship to these 7 types of foods. That's why they have a special blessing to say after eating grapes, olives, figs, dates is a special blessing. It's not the regular blessing we say after eating, like bracha chorna, a short one-liner when you drink water or have a Coca-Cola or whatever. It has a special bracha called bracha me'en shalosh. It's longer, right? So these 7 species, they have a uniqueness that they're connected directly to the light of the Holy Land, meaning they shine the light, a type of a spectrum, a vision which is unique to the Holy Land. What is this vision, this sight, these colors, which is unique to the Holy Land? It's a type of color that comes to bring out, for a person to see with this light and vision, this filter of these 7 colors, spiritual, supernal colors, to see divine providence everywhere. These 7 produce activate the power of the Holy Land for a person to have the eyes of the Holy Land, eyes and vision of the Holy Land. In other words, Eretz Yisrael eyes, the eyes of Eretz Yisrael, which give a person the ability in everything he's going through in life to see how it's directly related to divine providence, directly connected to God, which means no room to get angry, stressed, upset, and broken about anything. Rather, seeing that everything is connected directly to the divine will, divine providence, and as a result, a person can accept it with joy. So the Jews, when they entered the Holy Land, they had the beginning of this mitzvah to do the Bikurim. That's the wording in the Parashat Ki Tavo la'aretz, that the land of Israel needed to be activated by the Jews. How to activate the holiness of the Holy Land is by the Bikurim. And this took place every year, because every year brings with it a new attitude. A year is like an attitude. Like we have like a summary of the year 2001, the summary of year 2002. There's like a summary of what happened this year. So each year has a different attitude and mentality, requiring a different perspective of divine providence given to us through the Holy Land. For that reason, there was the mitzvah of Bikurim every year. This is the power of these 7 fruits to activate the greatness of the Holy Land. Shabbat Shalom.